All right, and we're just gonna start to go live.
My hair, everything good.
That was my problem.
That's mine too.
All right, here we go. Excellent. Okay. Well, happy Friday morning,
Whew,
Andy.
we made it.
And we made it to Friday, and happy Friday morning to all of our PSWs and friends watching here live on the Ontario PSW Association page on Facebook. I am Miranda Romanowicz. I'm the CEO of the Ontario PSW Association, and I am joined today by Andy Kovacs from Moments of Truth Insurance, which many of you guys already know Andy, but we're doing yet another episode of PSW Podcast, but this one is bringing really good news for the PSWs, or at least the OPSWA members across the province of Ontario. And, you know, if you were at the PSW Appreciation Night, you probably met Andy. Many of you guys have talked to Andy, and you know his mission is to help our members. He is a true friend, very close friend of all PSWs across Ontario, and he's brought some really awesome discounted insurance and opportunities for our PSWs. And we've had great feedback. Like you were just telling me, Andy, about the accident insurance and how one of our PSWs was able to utilize it.
Yeah.
And we're going to be sharing that good news on our Facebook pages. She's allowed us to do a testimonial. So, you know, today we've got something even more special to share. And I am really excited about this. I think this is going to be something that all PSWs need. I mean, we always need to save money, right? No matter where we go. So, Andy, let's break into it.
Excellent. Well, you know what? Before we jump into it, let me ask you, Miranda, who is responsible for the financial security of PSWs? Can you take a guess?
Themselves.
Well, I don't think it's the government or GoFundMe, but it really is themselves, not their employer either for that matter. And you know why I know this? Because if PSWs don't do these things for themselves, they have nothing, right? And there really is a better way, and it doesn't have to be that way. So we're very proud to let the PSW community in Ontario know that starting July the 1st, OPSWA members will have access to something brand new, their very own drug, dental, and extended healthcare plan for everyone who is a member. It'll be available for them.
Well, and I'm so excited for this. I think this is going to be such a great added benefit to the OPSWA members. And tell us who's behind this plan. So who partnered with you, Andy, to
Who's
bring this
putting
to
putting
us?
this thing together? So the Health Assist Core Plan, as it's known, is provided by Green Shield Canada Insurance, and many people don't know this. They actually launched North America's first prepaid drug plan back in 1957. So these folks really know health benefits inside and out, and that's who we've partnered with on this one.
So exciting. That's so exciting.
Yeah.
So let's put this conversation into context, right, Andy? So why would this be great for the PSWs?
Well, let me ask you, Miranda, do you think health benefits will be lower in the future in Canada? Longer wait times, more out-of-pocket expenses.
Well, you'd hope, but
I mean, doesn't that mean a lower standard of living, right? We got to start paying for all these things out of pocket. Are you okay with that?
no,
No. Do you think many of the members are okay with that?
absolutely not. No.
So given a choice, do you think most members would, rather pay out of pocket for every prescription, dental visit, physio treatment, or major health event, or would they prefer to transfer that risk for a reasonable monthly fee to the insurance company and get real benefits for their family? Right. Well,
Absolutely.
that's what this plan does. It helps cover everything from, routine checkups, those unexpected health expenses that pop up, and even travel insurance, right? Because we've got to, have some fun outside of work, and travel is one of them, and all through a simple and very flexible plan as well. And just to give you an idea, recently a client's son, lost his teeth in a softball accident.
Oh
And
no.
the emergency dental benefit covered, $2,000 of this, which meant they didn't have to choose between fixing the little guy's smile and paying rent, right? That's just one example of what this covered. For another, it was meaning, getting their routine dental cleanings and the drills and fills and all that stuff covered without paying full price out of their pocket.
So is this a one size fits all?
No, absolutely not. So there are five different core plan options, everything from basic to comprehensive, and two of them are even guaranteed acceptance, which means if you already have health issues going on, you automatically are covered, and the coverage is pretty darn good. So you have the full choice in terms of the plan to suit what your needs are and what your family budget is.
So, I mean, do you have to, okay, one of the biggest issues that we've seen is that, when people, not just PSWs, but just people in general get these type
Mhm.
of benefits, they have to wait before using it. Is that the case here with these?
Not at all. So coverage actually can begin the first month after your application is approved. And what's better is the longer someone is on the plan, the more the coverage amounts increase.
So like, what happens? Let's say a PSW stops being a PSW and leaves
Mhm,
OPSWA as a
mhm,
member, or they change jobs.
mhm. It
What would
happens.
happen? Yeah, all the time.
Yeah, you know what? The plan is portable, which means it goes with you and your family. Doesn't matter who you end up working for, or even if you retire. And best of all, it covers you for life. As long as you keep making your monthly contributions, this will cover you. Doesn't expire.
Which is amazing, which is
Yeah.
absolutely amazing. And I mean, one of the biggest questions we always get asked because our membership is tax deductible, and we
Mhm.
do have entrepreneurial members who will probably be
Yep.
jumping all over this. Is this tax deductible?
Yeah, you know what? The premiums may be tax deductible, and I encourage anyone who is, entrepreneurial, self-employed, just consult your accountant to see how that works for you.
Well, that's
Yeah,
fantastic. I mean, one of the
yeah.
things though too is a lot of times, we've had things in the past that it's always been difficult for them to access it, or there's all these stepping stones that they have to jump through in order
Mhm.
to, use a plan like this. So how easy is this plan to use?
Super easy, Miranda. Direct billing, right? That's included, so you don't have to pay upfront for many of these services, right? Whether it's drugs, dental, physio, even vision care, and you can access everything either online or on your mobile phone. So super simple to use. They really have put customers first when it comes to this plan.
It's fantastic. And I mean, so we're going to get a bit more serious here for a second.
Yeah,
Many of our PSWs survived the COVID-19 pandemic.
yeah.
And I say survived, but still are facing many different mental health challenges. I mean, which is expected, having gone through a massive pandemic, lots of trauma, lots
Mhm.
of, loss that they witnessed. So, I mean, what if they need mental health support? Is that something that's also covered?
It is. It absolutely is. So individuals can get 2 hours, couples can get 2 hours of virtual counseling, and more sessions are covered under the psychology benefit as well. And telemedicine is also included, right? Members can get 4 virtual visits, 24/7 access to a Canadian doctor for diagnosis, prescriptions, medical notes, and the average waiting time is mm, about 2 minutes. So if
Wow.
someone needs care, they can get the care that they need like
And
that.
that plays into how PSWs really don't have a lot of time. They, they're very busy individuals. I mean, caring
Mhm.
for others. So what
Yes.
if, they don't have time to get to the pharmacy?
You know what? The pharmacy will come to them. So Green Shield Pharmacy will deliver medications to your door for free, and you can even speak to the pharmacist in your own language from home or wherever you are to get any information about your medications and that kind of stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And, just recently we had a client who actually was, burned out, struggling with anxiety and some depression. And she actually used the mental health coverage to get the diagnosis through the telemedicine porthole. And she had her meds delivered. She accessed some virtual counseling after. And you know what? She didn't have to miss work because of this. Right. And in fact, it got her back into the right headset to be able to be there for, her clients.
It's amazing because normally, I mean, even just to get a doctor's appointment in Ontario, I mean, with my family doctor, I'm fortunate he has all these openings throughout the week that he leaves open for clients. But we're hearing that that's not the case, in a lot of places, especially if you don't have a family doctor. Then you're
Mhm.
looking at time to going to the walk-in clinic,
Yeah.
that you have to wait around. And I mean, this is such an accessible, option then for PSWs under this plan. So that's fantastic. But then we
Yeah.
talk about their bodies. So
Yeah.
let's talk about the PSW's bodies and how much overusage our poor bodies get doing the job of a PSW. And so my question then is physiotherapy covered?
It is alongside of chiropractic and massage therapy. Those are all covered benefit. But what's more, to address uh, the time crunch that PSWs face is sometimes they just can't get to the physiotherapist, right? They know they gotta fix something, but maybe they don't know the right way to do that. So included in the program is Physio Canada, which delivers virtual care with licensed physiotherapists, and you don't need to leave your house to access this benefit.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
That's really fantastic. So the next one that you kind of hit on earlier is we obviously want to encourage PSWs to take vacation when they can and really put their self-care first. And one of
Mhm.
those things would be travel insurance. So
Yes.
is that also covered?
It is also covered, and it can save you sort of that last minute scramble to try to find travel insurance coverage. So multi-trip coverage is included for every member of the family, right? And best of all, it continues as long as your plan does. There are no age restrictions. It doesn't expire at 75 or 80. And just to give you an example, I had one client recently flying home to the Philippines to visit family. And in the past, she struggled with, that last minute dash and also eligibility, right, to qualify for it. And this plan gave her full coverage for those multiple trips at no extra cost. This is all included.
That's fantastic. So we've had
Yeah.
just two questions, so we're going to go off for a bit second here. So
Yeah.
we've already kind of answered these questions, but when we answer them again, does insurance cover me wherever I work if I change employers, for example?
Yes, it goes with you, not with your employment. As long as you keep making the monthly contributions, you will be covered.
The next one is what about my children? Are they covered?
Yeah, you can get coverage for single, right? You can get coverage for couple, right? Which could also include a child, or you can get coverage for the family. And best of all, family, you can have as many kids as you want covered under the plan, and it is just the family rate.
Fantastic. It's
Yeah.
fantastic. So I guess that's going on families, issues, life gets away from us. The next question should be what about, I mean, OPSWA already offers some legal help for our
Mhm.
PSWs, but is this an added legal help? Is there any added legal help in this?
Yeah, so it is included because sometimes we do have those legal questions. My neighbor put up a fence. Is he allowed to do that? Or maybe it's something work related. But there is unlimited free legal telephone advice, right? With just some basic legal issues, can help you write some basic legal letters, some guidance on wills and powers of attorney, and does provide discounts if you do need a local service. So it doesn't replace a lawyer, but it can definitely help answer some of those very basic questions before you get to that point.
Definitely guide them.
Yeah,
Definitely help out. That's for sure. Sometimes you just got to make that phone call. You just need to
exactly.
know. Yeah, sometimes you
Exactly.
just need to go. So, I mean, I guess the real question is there's a two-part. So we're going off
Mhm.
it here a little bit too.
Okay.
Two-part because we're also getting number one, who can apply, and
Yep.
number two, what is the cost? So those are the cost is the one question we're getting.
Gotcha. Gotcha. So if you're an OPSWA member, you have access to this voluntary program. Okay, so this will be up on the OPSWA portal July the 1st. We'll get to that in a moment, but you need to be a Canadian resident and OHIP coverage here in Ontario. Okay, so right now we're dealing with Ontario,
Like,
people in Ontario only
yeah,
at this time, and you've got to be under age 80 to apply. So as long as you've hit those marks, OPSWA member, Canadian resident with OHIP here in Ontario and under age 80, you're eligible. Okay, and also if you've got pre-existing conditions, take a breath. Don't worry, because 2 out of the 5 plans offer guaranteed acceptance without medical exam, right? You don't have to
fantastic.
jump through hoops, and it provides a decent level of coverage too. So just as an example, there had a client recently with high blood pressure, history of heart issues, anxiety, depression, other stuff, who tried to look for coverage outside because they didn't have coverage through their employer, and they were declined, right? They can be instantly accepted onto this plan, and they don't have to worry about paying for their out-of-pocket expenses. The plan covers them. Now,
Oh,
in terms of the monthly contribution, again, coverage is available for single, couple, and also family, right? And those rates will be posted on the OPSWA portal. And best way I can describe it, per person, kind of rule of thumb, cup of coffee a day, right? We can have a regular cup of coffee, or we can have the fancy one that has a bunch of sprinkles and all sorts of stuff in it, and that's just sort of a general range. But that will be up, and you can very easily find that there. And also the portal will be very easy to use, where you can sort of map this out for yourself, and also recognizing that, just spoke with the PSW earlier this morning. She said, you know what, I've got some health issues going on, but my husband and kids don't. So what happens then? Well, you can mix and match the plans, right? You can have the one that's guaranteed acceptance, and the healthier family members can get a broader range of coverage themselves. So completely flexible in that regard.
about this is that, like, obviously we're all about the PSW, but a lot of us have families, and if
Mhm.
we're going to buy into something and we're going to get a benefit, it's great that we can include our families. I mean, all of our other benefits are primarily family oriented as well, where they can put their families underneath it or get the discounts for their
Yeah,
families with our commercial retail partners as well. So I think, I mean, that's always an important element, because we just don't take care of the PSW. If we take care of them and their family, then they're better, they feel better. Right.
exactly.
So, Andy, I mean, thanks so much for breaking all of this down. I'm sure this is not the end of our conversation when it
Oh
comes
no,
to
this is just the beginning.
benefits, just the beginning. I mean, it really seems like a game changer for OPSWA PSW members. I'm really excited for them. I think this is a great benefit. But before we go, I need you to give them an idea, because I know we're going to get inundated with messages if you don't, on the
Okay.
cost. They're going to want to know a cost.
Got it. So
Yes.
let's go into the portal here, or at least my portal. So to give you an example, and let's use the example of someone I was just speaking to this morning, who is 50 years young,
Not
and
that old. It is 50 years young, Andy.
of course it is. Uh, 50 years young. Let's go into it here.
And
And
let me just
let's
answer this quick question before you give us the
Mhm.
cost. Does this cover our adult children or family members that live with us? Absolutely. It
Yep,
covers anybody that is around you that you want to put underneath uh, this benefit. So,
exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. Now, of course, I encourage everyone, once this is out, go and check this out for your specific situation here. But to give you an example, our 50-year young individual who already has some health issues, going on was about $125 a month, right? For a plan that covers drug, dental, all the extended health care that we talked about here. And for
Neuro, physio, massage, the works.
everything. And then, for the healthier family members where they can choose the range of coverage, right? From basic all the way up to comprehensive, right? To cover even things like, getting braces, right? Or
Yeah.
root canals, or the heavier things. So give you an idea, someone under the age of 45 can be anywhere from sort of $70 a month all the way up to 180. Again, depending on the level of coverage that is important for you. This is all about choice, and this plan gives you that choice to
Not just a one set that you're not going to use certain things. And that's what I like about this is you can pick and choose what you and your family need. And
Mhm.
if it's a lot, it's a lot. But I mean, still, I remember my husband and I looked into this years ago to try to get some medical coverage. And
Mhm.
for our family, it was just myself and my husband. We're both 45 years old, and we have an adult child and we have a teenager. And we were looking at 375 to $480 a month just for coverage. So
Mhm.
this is insane. And the fact too that they encompass so much into that we would never use. That
Yeah.
wasn't important to us. And so
Mhm.
I love the fact that you can kind of pick and choose as to what you and your family need. And so it makes it more worth it then if you're going to pay that amount, if you know you're going to use it, if you know you need it, and that it's
Yes.
beneficial to you and your family.
And you know what? When it comes to any type of insurance like this, drug, dental, or accident insurance plan, really it's, pennies that buy dollars. And it's like also like buying umbrellas on a sunny day, right? You don't need it on a sunny day, but boy, when that sky opens and it starts to pour, right? You'll
Yeah.
be glad that you have that umbrella. So there are already options here for, again, people who've already got some health issues going on, and they really are decent options. And then for anyone else, you know what? You choose the level of coverage that makes sense, so that you do have an umbrella once the sky opens and it starts to rain.
Well, I think this has been a hugely informative, very promising, great way to go into the weekend
Mhm.
information for our OPSO members. This is going to be available July 1st, everyone, on our membership portal. So if you're not a member, get on it. It's only $19.99 a month if you're a PSW, and it's also tax deductible. And it's www.opswa.ca. Click on memberships. All the information is there. Andy, you are everything and then some to the PSWs. Thank you for everything you do for us on the daily. And with that, I'm going to say, OPSWA out.
OPSWA out.